All right, welcome, welcome. We are gonna get started in basically right away. It is almost time. All right, let's get a little more light on here. Welcome to Tuesday. All right, sip of water and then we'll get started. Oh, let me just double check the sound here too. Yep, sound is good. Perfect. Welcome to Tuesday. We are going to do a quick stretch for our neck and shoulders this evening. If you have 2 blocks, we'll tuck those up to the top. You can definitely make do without any props tonight as well. We're just going to use them to support a child's pose at the end. And let's start on the back. Excuse me, Alice. I'll come down to find a comfortable spot here. You could take legs long, bottoms of the feet together, knees wide. Maybe taking a goalpost position with the arms here. So we're starting to open up the chest. We'll start with just a few nice deep breaths here, settling onto your mat this evening. Taking nice full deep breaths, letting each exhale soften the body closer to the mat. Take about 3 more breaths here. All right, finishing off that last breath, start to gently close the legs, and we're going to roll over onto the right side body and close this goalpost in front of you. Lying on the side, find a comfortable bent leg position. We're going to do an open book twist here, so we want the hips to stay still facing this direction the whole time. And we'll start to open up our twist, inhaling to open that left arm up. Letting it come back any amount so that you can keep those hips still, rotating and closing. Inhaling to open that up. Exhaling to close. You can also do this with arms extended long, or you can continue with this goalpost shape we're working with. Let's do 3 more. This is 3. 2. And the last one, we'll pause open in that twist. And then let the back relax, let the hips relax to take it into a twist. So the hips could now rotate slightly up towards the sky as much as you need to bring that left shoulder down. Let the legs stagger if they'd like to. We'll take 3 full breaths in this twist. Finishing off that last breath, let's roll it back over onto the back. We'll take it all the way over to the left, starting in our closed goalpost position with the palms together. Just setting up, finding your comfortable bent leg. Hips are facing forward. When you're ready with an inhale, right arm starts to open up and rotates back as far as you can go. And then closing. Opening on the inhale. Closing on the exhale. Great, keep going here, moving with your breath, Slow and steady, using the whole breath for your movement. We've got 3 more. Last 2. And last 1. We'll pause, open in that twist, and let it relax. Let the hips open up towards the sky to bring that right shoulder down. Legs could stagger if they don't want to stay stacked up. Settling into a comfortable twist here for a few moments. We'll take 3 more breaths here. And slowly taking that all the way onto the back. Give the knees a hug in. We'll take it up to a seat when you're ready. Coming up to a crisscross, comfortable seated position. I'm just going to start with some shoulder circles here, taking the shoulders up or forward, up, and back and down. Finding a nice big smooth circle here. Working your protraction, elevation, retraction, and depression. All right, let's go ahead and switch that direction. So we'll reverse that back. All right, last 3, 2, and 1. Great, set the shoulders back in a neutral position. Slide the hands to the front of the shins. With an inhale, reach the heart forward here. Draw the shoulder blades together, keeping the head neutral. We're gazing forward. Exhale, round way to contract, chin to chest. Seated cat-cows, inhale opens it forward, and exhale rounds away. We take a couple more of your seated cat-cows here, gently working through the spine, feeling the shoulder blades draw together when you come forward, and finding space when you retract away. We've got 1 more here. Pausing, rounded away. Next time you're there, holding. And with an inhale, come up, bring the hands to heart center. Exhale, interlace the fingers, press the palms away, round the spine, chin falls to chest. Inhale takes that all the way up overhead. And with an exhale, release, right hand comes down, left arm reaches up and over, big side body stretch. Sliding the left hand just behind the ear. With the next inhale, opening the chest up to the sky. And exhaling to close, looking down towards the ground. Okay, rotating on the inhale up. And exhaling down. Let's do 1 more like that. Great, and then taking that all the way back up, release the arms down. Inhale, takes hands to center. Exhale, interlace, press the palms away, round. Inhale, takes that up. Exhale, release, left hand down, right arm reaches up and over, big side body stretch. Sliding the right hand just behind the ear. Inhaling to open up to sky. Exhaling to close down towards the ground. So we've got 2 more of these rotations here. Great, take that all the way back up with an inhale and release. Awesome, let's take a little seat back so we can switch the cross of the legs. We're gonna do one more thing while we're seated before we move forward to our tabletop. So let's take the hands and interlace them behind the back here to make a fist. I'm gonna take this fist and bring it over by the right side body. This right elbow is winging out. I'm gonna try and draw that in towards center and let right ear fall to shoulder. I'm gonna rotate back to face you. Now we can stay still here. This is gonna help anchor down through the left shoulder to get a deeper stretch through here. You can stay still or gently turning the nose down to the shoulder and the nose up to the sky. Slowly and carefully working through the neck here, and you can do this without this interlace as well. If that doesn't feel good for your shoulders or neck, feel free to release the arms if you need. Great, let's bring the head back to center. Take this fist if you're making it and bring it over to the left. Left elbow draws in, and when you're ready, left ear falls to shoulder. Finding stillness here, we're adding that little rotation, taking nose down and nose up. Great, start to take the head back to neutral. Release those arms. Let's come forward to a tabletop position. Finding all fours, hands and knees. With an inhale, right arm reaches up to the sky, open up to the right side. Exhale, thread the needle, right shoulder and ear can come down towards the mat or to a block. We have a couple options for this left arm. It could stay under the shoulder. It could walk up towards the top of the mat. Or we can take a half bind, reaching left arm up to the sky, internally rotating the arm to turn palm away. Elbow bends to take top of the hand towards the low back, or maybe even over by the right side body. I'm trying to open that left shoulder up to the sky if you're taking this one. All right, let's start to undo, taking left hand back under the shoulder. Inhale to reach that right arm all the way back up to the sky. Exhale, right hand comes down, thumb up to slice that up towards the top left corner across the mat. Now, we take this one a lot and we let the ribs flare, let the spine arch as the right ear comes down. You can do that, or if you want it for more of a shoulder stretch, think about keeping the ribs knitted together here and trying to sink down into the shoulder. So my core is lifted. I'm finding an active external rotation as that thumb keeps pointing up towards the sky. And if you want to take a little of both, feel free to let the ribs flare now. Let the ear relax down for these last couple of breaths. And let's press into the left hand, take it all the way back up to tabletop. Great, resetting here. With your next inhale, left arm reaches up. Exhale, threads left arm under the right, left ear comes down. Ideally taking the same arm variation you took on the other side. It could stay under shoulder, walk up to the top, or half bind up to the sky, internally rotate, top of the hand, maybe it comes all the way over by the left side body. All right, let's undo that right hand back under the shoulder. Next inhale, can take it back up, left arm reaches. Exhale, left hand down. Keep that thumb up to slice it up towards the top right corner. Now you can take our full sink down first, or we can start with just the shoulders. So keeping the core contracted, ribs knitting together, sinking down into that left shoulder, finding that active external rotation with that thumb up towards the sky. And if you took a little of both on the other side, maybe now letting the ribs flare, let the left ear come down. Great. All the way back up to tabletop when you're ready. And arriving here, you'll give the toes a tuck, take the hips all the way up and back, downward facing dog. First one here, take a couple moments to pedal out through the feet, let the hips move side to side. When you're ready, you'll start to walk that up towards the top of the mat, meeting in a forward fold. Take a nice soft bend into the knees, letting the head hang heavy here. And we're going to roll this up nice and slow, stacking one vertebrae at a time as slow as you can, all the way up to standing. Stacking up the low spine, the mid, the upper, all the way until we come to the top, standing. Awesome. Go right. Let's take a couple big arm circles here. Inhale, reaches the arms forward. Exhale as they rotate back. Taking a big circle, inhaling to rise. Exhaling back. Let's take one more in this direction. And we'll switch that up. Inhale, arms come back. Exhale as they fall forward. Last time, inhale reaches the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at the hips, take it down. Inhale, lengthen it out, halfway lift. Let's take right hand to a block or to the mat. Bending right knee, left arm reaches up to the sky, finding a twist. Now, similar to our thread the needle half bind we took earlier, we can take a similar shape here, internally rotating that left palm away, bend into the elbow, top of the hand can come to the low back, or maybe it inches over to the right side body, maybe even the right thigh. As that left shoulder opens up towards the sky here. All right, let's undo that back. Left hand comes down, left knee bends, and when you're ready, exhale, reaches right arm up. Staying here, if you added that bind, internal rotation, bend to the elbow. Great, one more breath. And undoing that right hand back, soften the knees to plant the hands, step it back to a plank, and we'll lower all the way down to the ground. All right, taking the hands just outside the mat, elbows up to the sky here. Press into the tops of the feet. Inhale, peels the heart up, baby cobra. Exhale, left shoulder dips. Take a peek to the right. Let's inhale that back through center. Exhale, right shoulder dips. Take a peek to the left. And inhaling that back to center. Exhale, release. Left hand comes under the shoulder, right arm reaches straight out to the right side, palm down to the ground. Take a bend into the left knee, and roll over onto the right hip. Finding a stretch through the chest, the front of the shoulder. Great, start to undo back to center. Right hand slides in, left arm takes a reach out, palm down. Left knee bends. And when you're ready, rolling it over onto the right hip, or left hip. Alright, and start to undo back to center. Sliding that left hand back in, give the toes a tuck. We'll take it all the way back up to a tabletop position. We're going to set up for one of our final shapes, a child's pose. So we have a couple options for child's pose here. You can take your standard toes together, knees wide, sit the hips back, walk the arms forward. If you're taking this one, you could even tent up onto the fingertips. Think about wrapping the triceps down, externally rotating the shoulders. You could also come to the edges of the hands and rotate thumbs up and thumbs down, working an internal and an external rotation. Or we can add our blocks for this one. Setting up elbows on the blocks. I like to take my hands to a prayer position. And setting up in your child's pose here, sitting the hips back as much as you can, sinking down to open up the shoulders. Wherever you are, we're going to take about a minute to breathe into this shape. Maybe a minute and a half. Let nice deep exhale soften you towards the mat here. Taking 2 more deep breaths here. Great, and when you're ready, you can slowly, slowly start to work up out of there. Oof. Coming to a comfortable crisscross or kneeling position. Let's take a final little roll out for the neck. Sitting up tall, let the chin fall towards the chest. And take a couple half circles. Moving side to side, nice and slow. And you can keep moving side to side or take a pause with right ear to shoulder. Maybe letting the right arm drape up over the head. And releasing that right arm, we'll move it over to the left. Option to add left arm draping on the head. Great, slowly removing. Let's bring the head back up to center. And thank you for being here tonight. Tomorrow we have our special class of the month. We're going to do a hips and straddles slow flow at 6 p.m. Yep, 6 p.m. So hope to see you there. And Thursday is always Pilates. Have a great evening. You're welcome. Thanks for coming. All right. Have a good night.